You ever feel like coders are speaking a totally different language? I mean, what's a repo, right? You hear it all the time. Well, today we're going to break it down and show you why it's one of the most important tools out there. So let's get into it. What is a GitHub repository? Okay, so just picture this. You've got dozens of developers, right? They're all over the world, but they're all trying to work on the same exact app. How do they possibly share all that work without it turning into a complete and total mess? And how does one person's update not just completely break what someone else is doing? That is the exact problem a repository is built to solve. The answer is you need a central home base for the whole project. You gotta have one single source of truth for all the code. Think of it like a digital headquarters, where every single file and every line of code has its own special place. And that home base? That's the GitHub repository, or as everyone calls it, a repo. Honestly, at its core, it's just a folder for your project. But, and this is where the magic happens, it is a smart folder. It doesn't just hold your files, it keeps track of every single change, like meticulously. It creates this complete history of the project's entire life, from the very first line of code all the way to the newest feature. You know, to really wrap your head around this, let's use an analogy that probably all of us use every single day. The absolute best way to think about a GitHub repo is like Google Drive, but, well, it's like Google Drive on steroids, built specifically for coders. So Google Drive is awesome for just storing files, right? You save a document and that's it. That's the version you've got. But a GitHub repo, it adds this incredible superpower, version history. Just imagine you're coding and boom, you accidentally add a bug that crashes everything. Instead of totally panicking and trying to undo hours of work, you can literally just tell the repo, hey, take me back to how things were yesterday at 3 p.m. That ability to just rewind time, it's an absolute lifesaver. It's what lets developers experiment without being afraid of messing everything up. Sounds pretty amazing, doesn't it? And you know what the best part is? You do not need to be some kind of coding genius to use one. Nope. In fact, you can create your very own repository in like less than a minute. Come on, let's walk through the 5 simple steps right now. All right, let's do this. First thing, you're going to head over to github.com. Look for a little plus icon up in the top corner. Go ahead and give that a click, and then choose New Repository. Now for the fun part. Give your project a name. Something that makes sense, you know? Step 4 is really important. You gotta choose if it's public or private. If you pick public, your project is open source. That means anyone in the world can see your code and learn from it, which is pretty cool. Private keeps it all locked down, just for you and your team. And then you just smash that big green Create button. And that's it. Seriously. In just those few clicks, you've made a secure, version-controlled home for whatever your next big idea is. You've literally just set up the entire foundation for a brand new project. So the big takeaway here is that a GitHub repo isn't some scary, complicated thing. It's really just a folder with a time machine built right in. Simple as that. It's the foundation for pretty much all modern software, from tiny indie games to the huge apps we use every day. So now that you know how to make one, the only question is, what are you going to build with it?